Mel Theobald is one of millions of Australians who use Buy Now, Pay Later services. The single mum relies on Zip and Afterpay to juggle her budget.
Would you like some oranges?
ZipPay, I have used it in the past to purchase a washing machine. Afterpay, I was using it for groceries, just birthday presents, little things like that.
Buy Now, Pay Later is essentially digital lay-by on your phone, but you get to take the item home straight away and pay the debt back in fixed instalments.
So I'm opening up my Afterpay app. I'm owing $138.35, so I'm doing pretty good at the moment.
Mel didn't have a job when she signed up. Zip did a credit check and instantly approved $500 in credit. Afterpay didn't do a credit check, but also gave her $500. Both soon increased her credit limit to a combined $5,000 a month.
Doesn't make sense to me because I don't know how you can pay back that much per fortnight.
It's the biggest revolution in payment systems since Australia's cash economy was upended by the arrival of credit cards in 1974.
It's a little card that brings you instant cash.
Our rejection rate is around about 25%, and if we're not certain about an applicant's background, well, we just won't issue a card.
But credit cards are now firmly on the out, and Buy Now, Pay Later providers have no such qualms about background checks.
It's definitely dangerous, especially if you're already finding it difficult to pay bills and then people think it's an extra money. They don't realise that it's actually credit and it's not regulated.
National Debt Helpline Consumer Action, Shay speaking.
Shay Robbins is a financial counsellor.
I would definitely speak to at least a couple of people a day who have those services, the Buy Now, Pay Later, because it's so easy. It's easy credit.
Signing up to the biggest player, Afterpay, couldn't be easier. I've downloaded the app, plugged in a few of my details, but without any credit check, I have $600 ready to spend. And that's exactly what has the new government so worried.
I don't want to have an argument about whether there should be a minimum standard of consumer protections, and that is that there are background creditworthiness checks and that these products aren't taking vulnerable consumers for granted.
730's been given exclusive access to industry data that reveals Australians spent nearly $12 billion through Buy Now, Pay Later last financial year. Clothing and shoes are far and away the most popular purchases.
We're very conscious of providing our services in a responsible way and only providing amounts or limits that customers can reasonably afford.
Everywhere you look now, online, in shops, at the pub, you can use Buy Now, Pay Later.
So you are purchasing stuff that you don't need with the money that you don't have.
The data says 18% of Buy Now, Pay Later users have missed a repayment. And that's when it can get expensive with extra fees. 1 in 14 said they'd had to cut back on essentials to make their repayments.
They are a form of credit. They're competing directly with credit cards and they need to be regulated as a credit product.
The industry's set up a voluntary code with 8 major players signing up. That'll be the basis for the new legislation.
But we wouldn't stop there. We'd ensure that we filled in any of the gaps that were identified by consumer groups or others.
That means compulsory credit checks and rules to protect vulnerable consumers.
People don't realise until they've actually got it that they're going to get themselves into more debt.
What the industry doesn't want is the same regulation as credit cards.
I think what we would seek is simple regulation that fits our products. So our products are for very low dollar values, they're repaid very, very quickly, and there's no interest or huge penalties for consumers.
Across every other credit product, it's important that you have at least 2 tests, the fact that the product is appropriate for a particular market group, and secondly, that it's affordable for them to use, and I think that's appropriate in the BNPL sector as well.
The Finance Minister has promised to introduce legislation within a year, which puts Apple right in the crosshairs.
So, we're thrilled to announce Apple Pay Later.
The tech giant is launching its own service in the US later this year, which could expand to Australia.
4 equal payments, spread over 6 weeks, with 0 interest and no fees of any kind.
If Apple is offering this product at no additional cost, then they are likely to take significant share away from the likes of Afterpay and Zip.
Afterpay and Zip are already contending with a share price in freefall. They say they're not worried about extra competition.
Increasing competition certainly is validation of the success of the business model.
After using Buy Now, Pay Later for a few years, Mel Theobald's decided to quit. She wants to apply for a bank loan to buy a new car. When the rubber hits the road, traditional lenders still win out.
So I finally found employment. I start next week and my car is not going to be with us for much longer. So for me to get a loan, I need to show that I'm responsible.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.